and welcome to Love Through It, which can I tell you, Claire?
Do
I am
tell.
Lianna, that is Claire.
Uh-huh.
It's becoming my favorite day of the week.
Well, of course it is.
It's Claire Day.
It's Lianna Day. I love it. It makes me very happy.
It's the best. We were having a little bit of a brief chat before we started, and then we're like, we should just start. And Claire was talking about what she got into last night.
Okay, well, it's it was somewhat good. I did an acting workshop and I was the reader.
Ooh.
Which, if you don't know,
fun.
that just means the person who's reading the other side of the scenes with people. And so it was just a lot of fun because a lot of times it's hard just to sit through everybody.
No, you can act the whole time and there's no pressure. So you can kind of steal the show a little bit.
Honestly?
Accidentally.
I was in it. You know what I mean? I loved it. So that was a lot of fun. But where I was over in Hollywood. And on the way home, I said, well, first of all, I'm starved. Second of all, it's been a minute since I've had my favorite fast food. One Wendy's.
I did not know that was your favorite.
It is my favorite. It is my favorite. I mean, Taco Bell has its own, Taco Bell is its own thing.
What does that mean?
Well, a lot of times people say Taco Bell is like the favorite, but I'm saying of the hamburger sort.
I see. I see. I have never had Taco Bell.
I don't know what to do with that information. I'm also not surprised. Of course you haven't had it.
No, it seems scary. And I also
would be scary to you for sure. Because your system's too delicate.
Yeah. I also grew up in Maine, which is so white. So even growing up when there's occasional fast food, there was no Taco Bell at the time in Augusta.
Okay.
There was Wendy's, Taco Bell was not. So maybe if that had been around in high school, but no, I've actually never had Taco Bell. And at a certain point, I'm not going to start eating Taco Bell in my 40s.
My curiosity, I probably would try to try it. What's all this hubbub about?
I just feel like the other side of all the hubbub is the diarrhea that you get when you Taco Bell. And as someone who used to have IBS and has had a lot of close calls on dates, I'm not trying to shit my pants at this point.
Listen, as I said, it's not good for you to try it, but it is a tasty treat when you need it. Just it quenches the thirst. But on a day-to-day, and I don't eat it day-to-day, but if I was Wendy's is my favorite. I feel like it has more meat. I don't know.
Right.
Anyhow.
Right. What do you get?
Thank you for asking. I get a Dave's double, a combo. Ooh. But here's the thing, because I still have the taste of a child. I do get a cheeseburger, but only mayonnaise and ketchup on it. So it's just bread, cheese, and meat.
Are you picky? Are you a picky eater?
No.
Okay.
Not really.
This is the Wendy's thing that has followed you. Okay.
Right. It's the comfort. It's easy because so often when you have a vegetable, a lettuce, a tomato, fast food variety, it's often disappointing. Right. Often you have to just take it off. So
Gross,
I'm well, then fuck that. Let's just have mayonnaise, ketchup, meat, cheese, and
let's get down to it. They do have good fries.
I love Wendy's fries.
And Frosty fry combination is a winner.
The Frosty fry combination. They also have, and they have to evolve. They have to expand. They have Frosty blended things,
Oh, so McFlurry action, Blizzard.
A little bit.
I can really get involved with that.
So I did get involved with that last night.
Ooh, what'd you put in it?
Well, there are two options. I think there's one that's a brownie batter mix something, and then there's one that's Oreo fusion, which is obviously what I'm going for because I love
of
Oreos.
Course,
who doesn't love Oreos? So, so I got that, and it also has some drizzle in there, all the.
So is it still? Delicious. So is it a vanilla base or is it the classic Frosty base?
You can do either. I do a vanilla base for a mix because I feel like the chocolates are different.
Thing to do.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And it has been a minute. I do feel like since I've been on my hormones, I haven't had the nighttime snackies as much.
Okay.
Which is great. And maybe it's just a coincidence, but I am trying to log like
yeah, of course.
What things have been different. And so I haven't eaten a bunch of sugar right before I went to sleep. And that is what I did. And I woke up with the worst. I mean, I feel hungover.
Yeah. Oh my God. Absolutely.
Which is not new information, but I just feel so hungover.
It's so funny. I remember I never put this together because I'm not a big sweets person. But there was like a really stressful time when I was like in grad school. And I remember I had to do a bunch of random homework for acne school, which is annoying. And I like wasn't that hungry. So I ate just like a big chocolate bar for dinner because I don't know. That's what I felt like. Right.
Sure.
And I like woke up with a splitting headache. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I should have just drank a pot of tequila. Like, what do you mean?
Totally.
What do you mean?
No, I have this horrible headache. And for a while, and this is just, it's embarrassing.
I'm also going to look at the Schumann just because. Okay, but keep going.
Well,
because we've been getting some weird energy.
Okay.
Continue.
There was a period a few months ago, or maybe beginning of the year. I don't know. Who knows? Where I was waking up every day with a horrible headache. And I am questioning now because it is in the same place that it was. I'm questioning if I was just eating sugar right before bed, which I think I was. I just can't connect specifically to that because I can't remember. But
now we can.
Surprise. Which again, none of this is new information, but we just have to relearn it multiple times. Of course.
Well, there's like a whole process where you like learn something, but then you like learn it. Like you know it, and then like you learn it intellectually, but then when you like physically have an understanding in your body, it's a game changer. It's a game changer.
And I think I'm paying more attention. I've been ignoring my body a lot.
Since I met you. Well, since we started working together, I can't talk about before I don't know.
Well, I think it's safe to say. But I'll go through periods where I'm paying more attention, right? And then less attention. Well, I've really been avoiding my body since I've been here. I've gained a bunch of weight, and that's why I'm avoiding it, right? So, but I am paying more attention right now because I've started the hormones.
Yeah, great.
So I'm making those connections again, which is nice.
Yes. Well, it's a step in the right direction.
Thank you. It is a step in the right direction.
Well, and it's so funny, right? With change, honestly, awareness is 75%. Like once you realize like, oh, wow, I'm doing this thing that makes me feel horrible.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not going to do it anymore. Right. Like you'll keep doing it. But then at a certain point,
you'll forget.
You'll feel so crappy that you're like, I'm not doing this anymore.
I know.
I'm not doing it.
It's you got to start feeling better.
Yes. And having like the juxtaposition.
Exactly. Because if it is just like a general bleh, it's hard to like, I mean, people with stronger constitutions can make that connection, but it takes me a minute.
I would say maybe weaker constitutions, not stronger.
Well, I'm saying stronger constitutions can be like, oh, I feel crappy. I'm going to make these changes. I'm like, oh, I'll sit in the crap.
What do you think that's about? Have you always been that way?
It's really hard to say.
Is it trauma? Like, were you like that as a kid?
I truly think that I'm a different person after Mom died.
Yeah, it's like 100%.
Right? And
how could you not be? Especially so young. Remind us how old you were?
23 when she died.
Yeah.
So 21 when she got sick.
Yeah.
And so I can't really remember how I was before. You know what I mean? Like I don't, because I was college and then I was living it up in New York. Like it was a different human. So it's hard to really say.
Yeah.
If I've always been this way, but like in my, 30s, 40s. Yes.
Well, I would guess that it's so devastating and so life altering at that age. And, you know, the closest person to you, probably most of us, right? Our moms, that you go into such a funk for such a period of grief, right?
Yeah.
That you just get used to feeling a little bit crappy.
Yeah. Yeah. And then as a reminder for those listening, for after mom, my sister was in a crazy place. And so for the 5 years after mom died, it was just a constant, like, what's happening with my sister? And then she died. So I feel like from 21, 22 to 28, it just was like constant.
Right.
Stress.
Yeah. And that's sort of memorized into your cells.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, that makes sense.
So anyhow, I like to eat Frosties before bed.
So to deal with it, and honestly, sometimes that helps.
Listen, it felt good in the moment. I'm going to say this. When I was eating last night, I was like, I'm feeling this is more than I should be eating right now, which I never feel. Usually it's mindless stuffing of the face.
Ooh, so we're paying more attention in general.
But I did feel,
amazing.
But I was like, I'm a completionist, as you know. I have to finish this. So I did finish my meal and my Frosties.
I am not. You can ask Luciana. This is actually really good. They're just like half or 3/4 of the way cups of like coffee and all kinds of things everywhere.
Coffee, I will give you coffee sometime. If you're drinking hot coffee, as soon as it turns tepid, it's
no, I don't mind cold coffee. I just can't. I think I get a caffeine limit sometimes, and it's like I can't have one more. But sometimes I don't know. I can't. I don't like to eat the last bite of things. I don't like to. Yeah, like
it drives me crazy if there's a last bite. I have to finish it.
No, my favorite. I love sharing food, and like my love language is like always giving the last bite, especially if it's something really yummy.
Okay, we need to eat together.
I know. It's true. Which we've done like 2 times, 3 times.
I mean, oftentimes I'm like, that's yours. Yeah.
Right.
At most.
That's it. That's so crazy.
But oftentimes if there's one last bite, I'm like, it's yours. Like I just need it to be eaten.
But it's so funny. I can't do it. I can't. No, I like don't. If I'm with someone, especially someone I really like, and it's something really yummy, it's like I really want them to have it.
Well, that's very sweet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it just came from always sharing food with my mother.
Wow, that could be.
Which I still love doing, and she's very fun to eat with.
I love it. Okay, I have to ask about the shirt.
Okay.
That you have on. It's a white t-shirt with a little text and image.
Yes. There's a little picture of a very tiny T-Rex that is holding a margarita.
Of course.
And the text says, "Other than that, I'm friggin' great." Which is a quote from, basically, this was a birthday gift that someone made me last weekend, which was I died. I love weird stuff like this.
Yes.
But do you know those? I thought they were real, but then someone said they weren't real, which also makes sense. Those like 80s dating videos where like women were like,
oh yeah.
And
there's some, I mean, they were a legit thing. Whether the ones were, they were video dating. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
For a dating
But the ones that like circulated, like
some of them can be fake.
Yeah. Someone was saying that maybe that series was not real. But whatever, they're hilarious. Possible. And there's this one called Tina Terranova, I think. And I don't know, she's like chain smoking, has big, crazy blonde hair. But the thing that Instagram I use for now is just sort of like, it's like connection to my friends over weird cultural things.
Yeah.
And it's like everyone has a different, right, exactly.
Yes.
So it's basically like, I don't even feel like I scroll that much. I mostly like exchange memes or like text people through it. Yeah. And it's very funny because it's like all aspects of my personality and sense of humor get.
Yes.
And so this is one of my good friends here who we send each other. We found that we have a common love of dinosaurs. Fun fact about me, I absolutely love dinosaurs. And we send each other a lot of cute things. So this t-shirt, I will show you.
Okay, you got to turn around. Let's see it.
I will turn around. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Tell me. So there's like a,
It's a large graphic. Go to your right a little bit more. It's a big circle that says joy. And then it has many things. Bunnies, dinosaur, T-Rex, and what is it, Brontosaurus?
It might be a Triceratops.
Oh, sure. I don't know my dinosaurs. And then lime, and I can't see it all. What else is on it?
It's holding a margarita. There's some flowers. Do you know those silly videos on Instagram where there are those cute little toys that are doing like really unhinged things? Someone does video.
That's funny. I don't know if they've
I'll send them to you.
Okay.
So we send a lot of cute animal content and dinosaur. Well, we just really love dinosaurs. And like, I don't know, as adults, there aren't like a lot of people who are still like super enthusiastic about dinosaurs.
That's so funny.
And like, I'm so surprised because I feel like, doesn't everyone know like the basic dinosaurs?
Well, I just
that's a
exposed myself.
Sure. I know. But you know what? They don't. This is how this came about.
I just forgot.
A couple years ago, Luciana and I were at this dinner at these people she was working with, and they have these two cute kids, and we're in the son's room, and he's probably 8, and he had this like amazing dinosaur mural, and I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. So then we were naming all the dinosaurs, and I mean, I just know the basic ones, I feel like. And Luciana just stood there, and she's like, what is wrong? How do you know all these dinosaurs?
Do you know?
And I was like, wait, doesn't everyone? And
wait, the Brontosaurus?
No,
Brontosaurus is the one with the long neck.
Yes, there's and a Brachiosaurus is in that category too.
Okay,
they're like similar. I think that it might. I don't know, but one of them has like noses on its head more.
Oh, the Brontosaurus I think is the definitely in Flintstones, and also the Sinclair gas logo.
I don't know. The Sinclair gas logo. Is that a Southern thing? That's
I think it's a Western thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let me ask you this: were you?
Go ahead. I was trying.
The gas stations that have a dinosaur logo. It's Sinclair.
It
doesn't matter. There's absolutely no reason to remember that. Were you a big fan of dinosaurs as a child?
Yes. Yeah, of course. Okay. Like
so
the enthusiasm.
Well, it could have been something you found later in life. I don't know.
That would be funny, but no, this is my whole life. I really liked, my parents were always giving me like nature-y books.
Sure.
And so I had a lot of like science books. Yeah. And dinosaurs were my favorite. I remember seeing Jurassic Park far too young, but really like being in love with it, and I've since seen like all of them. Like I really like dinosaurs.
I love that. It's so funny you say that because one of my dear friends had her 40th birthday a couple weeks ago, and it was a dinosaur theme. Well, it was mainly because we were watching Jurassic Park in her backyard, but like I feel dinosaurs are coming up a lot.
Well, she must like them a little bit to watch Jurassic Park.
That movie. She's a big cinephile, so that's one of her favorite movies. So
it's a really good one.
Yeah, so she just kind of leaned into the theme. It wasn't like crazy thematic. She was like, I am 40. I'm not going to go, all crazy. But she did get something. I made her the cake and I put a dinosaur on it. And then I used to wear amber a lot.
Ooh.
Which is, if you've seen Jurassic Park.
Of course, that's like the biggest plot line.
It's the home of the mosquito. And so I busted out all my old amber and I wore like amber colored clothing. And so I went as Amber to the party. Everyone was like, they're like, look at all this jewelry. I was like, this is not a choice just for fashion. I was like,
I'm going with the theme. Wait, I love that. You're like, well, I don't know how you just phrased it, but you're like, well, she's 40, so she like didn't go all out on the theme. I'm like, why not?
Well,
why not?
Honestly, same. Because
is she not? What is she's in the entertainment industry, right?
Yeah.
Is she not an actor?
That's not her primary. No.
Yeah. See, you can tell.
Yeah.
It was an actor?
She's a creator.
No, commitment. But I want people to, I mean, we have those blow up T-Rex costumes.
Well, we talked about that. She was like, we
own those.
Well,
we own those. We have 3 of them. We wore them to a fancy Halloween party 2 years ago on like, it was like this really bougie apartment where everyone dresses up like really beautifully and great makeup and fancy. Like it's fancy. And we showed up. We couldn't even take the elevator together. They were so big. We were the head of the party. But we show up in these massive, like 8 feet tall, blow up T-Rex costumes. So and can I tell you, we had to walk through Lisbon in them, and it made me realize how tiny of a town Lisbon is. Because if that was New York City, people would have been like, "Yep, like way to go,"
or just like, and I'll walk to the other side of the street.
Yeah. Oh no, it was like the police were like coming by and waving. Like every child that saw us, I got punched a bunch of times because boys were like, "What is this made out of?" And like we had to pause and take pictures with people's kids or just adults. Oh, wow. It was so funny. It was the funniest thing.
Well, ever. I wonder if the inflatable costumes haven't made it big over in Lisbon, because inflatables are here all over the place, so they're not as
a big deal, right? Right. Yeah, probably. But just in general, like Halloween's not that big of a deal here either.
Well, that's true. Well, I will give my friend credit. I will give my friend credit. She did have perfectly placed dinosaur things. Like she did have some things, but she had 2 crushes coming to the party. So she wanted to be
2. I love that.
She had 2. So
back up.
So she was trying to be cute. Too.
Yeah.
She wasn't trying to be juvenile.
Right.
Even though that's super fun.
I don't know about that.
Which I would say that is more attractive. But
and also like you would be your silliest self and see who gravitates towards that. Like that's how you weed them out.
I know.
Did anything happen with both crushes?
No, one of them is it's gone down in a ball of flames, and then the other, but that's a long story, and then the other is still percolating, but that was more of a we were very excited that he ended up coming.
Amazing.
We didn't know so but it was exciting.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
Speaking of exciting, you did something that is this the first time you've actually gone and stayed?
I went by myself.
This past
No. The first time I went by myself.
You went by yourself and it wasn't fun.
So I went to the old lesbian party. Thank you.
What do they call it?
Hotter flash. Yeah.
Why are you not saying that?
Well, because I mean, if I just say hotter flash, people don't know. They also have it's 2 parties that they do almost monthly. Sometimes skips a month. There's Hot Flash, which I think was their first one that is age 30 and up. But then I think they realized, hold up, there's also a sect of people who want to hang out that are 30s is still young. So Hotter Flash is 40 and up, but it's not like you don't have to prove, it's just the energy level. It's, so there's still lots of people that are under 40, but you're not seeing a bunch of 20s, which is the point. Which sounds like so but when you're at
it's a different vibe. Life, it's a different vibe. It's louder. They're drunker. I get it. I was that.
Right. As was I.
Oh my God.
So anywho, the Hotter Flash, there's so many queer events happening here all the time. And that's exactly I couldn't find a queer event that was happening in New York. I'm sure I also wasn't looking that hard, but
she's like, my eyes were closed and I was going,
and I simply couldn't see one. It's shocking. They didn't come knocking on my door. But no, it was so Hotter Flash. I went for the first time. I was so excited about this prospect. Someone had told me about them. And the first time I went was after I moved here. So like a year and a half ago, whatever. And I usually can go to things. I go to everything by myself all the time. But I didn't take into account it's a different energy when I'm as a young gay going to an old gay like gathering. It's a little bit more vulnerable than just like going to the movies by yourself or going, you know, like it's a different thing. So in the layout of that location, which they do like half the time, was just very awkward. And so there was really it was like a long and skinny, and it was like hard to stand and weird. And so I was there for maybe an hour or so, and then I ended up leaving. I wanted to go again. I've been to the younger one, the Hot Flash, with some friends before. But I haven't been back to the Hotter Flash. And so I played tennis on Saturdays with the Sapphic Tennis League. And so I was talking with some of the gals there, and I was like, I'm so like, I want to go to the Hotter Flash, but I also know unless I'm meeting someone, like it's going to be hard for me to get out. And so then it was like one by one, people were like, oh, I'm going to Hotter Flash. I'm going to Hotter Flash. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go. So I, exchanged numbers with a couple people. And there's one woman that like, we've already become kind of friendly, like she turned 40, she's 40. So again, phase of life. And we're gabbing. And so anyway, so it was like, okay, we're going to go. So we're texting. It's like, what time you going? Whatever. And so I got my ass to this party, and it felt great to go. I saw there were a handful of tennis people there, which was great. And then they had friends and whatever. So it felt nice to feel like I wasn't alone.
Right. Community.
I think that's what you call it.
Yeah.
And then it was at a different space, which that was one of the discussions before of like that other location is just like really awkward. Yeah. So this was on a rooftop bar. Don't worry about it. Like so much more fancy than it needs to be, but it had lots of space, and there's like a whole area, like a dance floor and whatever. So I had loads of fun. I will say that, and I think it didn't affect me as much the last time I went because of the spacing of everything. But listen, going back to body conversation, just slightly, I have always been tall. I'm 6'1".
Yep. It's a topic of this podcast.
Absolutely. It's a topic of my life. I've never been like, I didn't have a growth spurt. I've always been the tallest, and am very, when you're feeling vulnerable, it's nice to kind of disappear a little bit. But I mean, so much of my personality is as big as it is because it's like, well, I can't hide, so I might as well like own
be
the
fun.
Room. Right.
Of course.
But here's the thing. What a space where there's maybe one man, two men, a few trans, but it's like all women, which is such a wonderful space. But in general, the average height of a woman is not 6'1".
No, I'm pretty average. I'm like,
but you
6.
also read tall, so it's
true.
Like
it's
a 5'6". Yeah. So I am true. So on the dance floor, it is a sea of people and 4 of us standing tall. Like, so it's just, whoo. It's, if you're feeling a bit insecure, it's rough. It's rough. So it's not like, but it's hard not to feel, because people are looking at you.
Right.
Because everyone's looking at everyone.
Right.
But just being the one that's standing out, like people are looking like, who's that? Just like looking up.
Yeah. They can't miss you.
They can't miss me. So I did feel a bit insecure about that. But, I also know that that's all me and just my own,
And also every single human in an event like that where we're looking like it's a potential friend and dating thing.
Yeah.
Like that's so human.
Yeah, it is. But I did, I was like, this is interesting feeling. Like I just kind of clocked it. And I think, going again and it won't be as
right.
much of an
know
issue.
More people.
No. But the most exciting thing of the entire night
was when you sat down.
I started sitting and then got up. I, for the first time in years, felt a tingle.
Oh, all right.
Now, did I talk to her? No. But I did see her and I said, oh, who's that? But it's been so long. And I clocked her when she was seated, telling a story to her friends. And I was just like drawn because she was laughing.
Could you overhear the story or was it like across the way?
No. But clearly they were enjoying each other, lots of smiles.
She was a good story. Good storyteller.
So I was just kind of like, they were sitting in the bar it's a huge space, which is very nice. So there's like the bar area and seating area. And then the other side was where the whatever. So I was like standing in line at the bar and I was just kind of watching her. Mm-hmm. And then she looked up and I was like, oh, and
you're like, oh, the person behind you.
Yeah. It's like, oh, hi. And then not too long after, she was standing with some of her friends and she was tall. And I am a tall person.
So we didn't even know.
We didn't even, you can kind of tell when someone's taller or tiny, but but I don't know, someone could be like you present tall and you're not.
Exactly. No, I'm a regular gal.
You're a regular
Everyone
gal.
thinks I'm as tall as you. And then I show up and they're like, wait.
At least 5'9". But no.
Wait, why?
It just makes sense to me.
No.
So anyhow, I was kind of watching her and like was excited to feel like a little tingly and excited about someone because I haven't been attracted or curious about anyone. Granted, I have been going to some queer spaces. I have been trying to be active, but like no one has, piqued my interest. So that was very fun. Again, didn't talk to her, whatever, but it still was just exciting that I still have it in me.
Well, when's the next one? You got to go.
Well, it'll probably, next month I may be out of town, but July.
All right. But
there are other activities happening, who knows?
Can we get, she's not going to listen to this. What's she look like? I was like, what's her hair? Like, give us I want to paint a little bit of a picture. We don't have to go into detail.
Sure. It's easy
tall.
Just to say, well, she's tall. Essentially Rachel Maddow without glasses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like it, the short, dark hair. That tends to be my go-to.
That's interesting.
And taller. Yeah. So not like mask, but not, like super a little, femme. Not super femme, but not super mask. Yeah. But a little bit more like there's the term futch.
Oh, I don't know about this.
Which is a femme butch.
Oh, okay.
And that's
which I guess we could have figured out.
But I'm happy to spell it out. I somewhat am in that world where it's like I'm not super femme anymore and I'm not butch, but it's like that kind of in between. So a little bit like between futch and masculine. Like
great.
There's so many, and I bet there's a term for it, but I don't know it. But anyhow, so a little bit of that. And then I saw she was dancing. I was trying to figure out if like her friends, if
she was like dating any of them,
right? But they didn't seem. They seemed and like they were dancing on the dance floor, and I could see her. Don't worry about it.
Was she a good dancer?
Fun. She was having so much fun. Like they were. Fun.
If she was a really bad dancer, like a la like Elaine from Seinfeld, would you like her more or less?
It'd be hard to believe that it's it wouldn't be a joke.
Okay, I think not Elaine Farr, but you know what I mean. Just like awkward and like, what are you doing? Like, well, I think that be like endearing, or would you be like, oh?
I think if she's having a good time and she's like, it's just without a band, without a band and just having so much fun. Right. That's so endearing.
Okay, what if she was taking it very seriously and it was weird?
That would be an ick.
Yeah, it would.
That would be an ick. But I think if it's just like, I don't care, I'm just having a good time, I'm dancing, whatever, then it's like, that's great. But if it's like, oh, okay. Ugh. But yeah, it seemed to be the former.
I briefly dated this guy once and we were like dancing and he was kind of stiff and I was like, oh, you dance like such a white boy. But I was like kind of kidding and I don't fancy myself a great dancer. And then I find out later that like he was like deeply insulted and bought like an online course.
Okay.
And was like practicing dancing alone.
You stop.
And then he told me that and I was like, you did not. I know it was short-lived.
Yeah,
I was like,
but also I'm sure not. He was a white boy, was he not?
No.
Oh, he wasn't. Okay. Well, then that could be
not totally
white.
Okay. But white enough.
White enough. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
I know. I was like, I lost my mind. I was like, I was teasing you. Like, don't. Like,
I know, but I guess if it's not
seriously,
yeah. Guess depending on the ethnicity, that could be a big insult.
I know. Well, and they weren't black.
Well, that's a little bit more of an insult. That's pretty bad. Especially,
but it was like stiff and sure, I don't know. It was just, but I was like being kidding.
You're being silly.
I thought I was being endearing.
Of course.
It was like we're trying to do salsa. I didn't know what I was doing either.
Salsa,
we were both giggling.
Well, that's the dance of the Latin.
But I just like couldn't. I was like, you didn't. And it was like showing you how to like dance at a party a little bit and like just like move. I was like, oh my God. And then it just like gave me so much. Cute. Like, can you imagine that there are so many people that don't even feel comfortable, like, bopping their head at a party? Like, oh, bless.
That's hard. I did find that I felt awkward dancing with abandon.
Well, in a space like that, I guess, and especially when you feel like you're the center of attention.
And I wasn't with like my good friends. Like I was with newer like tennis friends, and I'm also kind of looking around. And then it's also like, not that you need alcohol to dance,
but sometimes you do.
Sometimes it helps a lot. And I was driving, so I'd only had one drink that was nothing. So so I was like, I don't quite feel right in my body, but I'm swaying, I'm moving, I'm bopping a little, but not you're dancing,
Right.
But anyway.
Well, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting.
And you've been talking about going to this party for months, and every time I ask, you say you don't go. So this is a step in the right direction towards love, which we know you want.
Yes, thank you so much. And I was saying something too. We were having a conversation, my new friend. She was like, okay, what's your dating situation? Like, what are you looking for? All this. And so we were talking about, and then the person who organizes this tennis league is very social and very like chatty.
Connected.
Right. So she came up while we were in the midst of talking about this. And I was like, yeah, I'm not on any apps right now. And she was like, why do you need an app? Like, we're in a room full of people. And I was like, okay, well, calm down. I'm like, that's an entirely different thing. Like, sure, you can go up to someone. But also, like, the positive of an app is that you get a little insight into their personality before you start chatting.
Right,
I mean, there's downsides to it. But I was like, I'm not just walking up to someone. I hate to say it.
But you could.
I could, but I was not in the place, No, and only because I saw one person of interest.
That's scary.
Yeah. If I had maybe had a substance or two, maybe if I had an edible or more alcohol, then maybe I'd be a little bit more
Does weed make you more friendly? And like I would never want to talk to anyone again. Like I did not do well with marijuana.
Depends on what kind. I mean, if I do sativa makes me giddy and silly, and I'm not worried about things.
Oh no, I am. It like puts me into a hole in my brain, and I just
that's what indica does for me. Indica does that.
Doesn't matter what kind or how much. I am just anxious.
Yeah.
So, like, if you were to get me high and put me, like, send me into a group of people alone and tell me to talk to people, that's like my worst nightmare. That's like prison. That sounds like the worst thing you could do to me. Don't make me go to a party by myself high where I don't know anyone. I don't know. I'd rather have jury duty.
I love jury duty.
I do. One time,
you want my opinion?
One of my good friends in New York got like put on like a rap case, like a gun charges and like all racketeering, and like it was like they were parading in like rappers and like Little Kim and at one point there were like bags of cocaine. And, like,
my gosh!
And as someone who liked hip hop, she was like and had like a full-time job where she just got paid to go for like a month and like be part of this thing.
Amazing.
That sounded like 10 out of 10 ideal.
Yeah. Listen, there's lots of it's the worst. I also growing up with a father who was a judge.
Oh,
I
right,
went to court a few times. So like, it's not. Yeah.
Just a light flex.
But yeah, I haven't dabbled in because now this is drug talk. I haven't dabbled in like microdosing psilocybin or whatever.
Psilocybin.
Yeah, thank you. I'm like, whatever it's called. Mushrooms. Because there are a number of friends who are socially anxious and will do like a microdose of that before going out and they don't feel as stressed. And then they're not drinking as much, like it's cutting that stress. Yeah. And so I did purchase some from this company that my friend who does just that. And I just tried one at home once, obviously. Gonna try that. But I don't feel. And then the next day I was like so depressed. And I was like, was this good?
Really?
But I don't know if that was from something else or I don't know. So I haven't tried it again.
Right.
But that is a curiosity just to like, it's so funny to me because I've never been really socially anxious.
Right.
Obviously in some situations that'll pop up. But in general, I'm like, this is what I do. It's like, this is me.
I'm great with people.
Right.
I am a hostess.
But I am socially anxious when it comes to these queer spaces because
also you're just new to this part of your life and that in general.
Yeah. And I'm a foot taller than everyone. So that's another. I feel childlike in a way, where I'm like, oh, I
as a woman, I think that would be hard.
Yeah, it's a little awkward.
Yeah. I mean, you wear it well. And
thank you.
And I never find that you seem uncomfortable or like hunched over. You know what I mean? Like, how some tall people kind of hide it? Like you own it and wear it really well. And it's very striking. But yeah, I would see that would be, you got to be funny, right?
You're on display.
Yeah.
More so than, But what was also funny is that this new friend of mine, I think she's like 5'9" or something, but she had some heels on.
Okay, so she was up there with you.
So we were standing tall and talking. And then two of our other tennis friends were there. Neither of them are above 5 feet. So
you're looking down.
Truly, we were having the hardest time, like hearing and understanding like what they were saying. And so that it just ended up being the two tall people and the two short people talking because we could not hear each other. Well, they could hear us, but we could not hear them. And then we were laughing about the way our bodies contort when we're trying to
hear.
That
would be hard.
Yeah. It's tricky. But anyhow, so that was, I at least had someone who was somewhat eye level that I could stand with for a little bit.
When you dated men, did you date men? Did you ever date a like real short guy?
No, my high school boyfriend was slightly shorter than me, but not by much.
Yeah.
Not by much.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the last guy I was dating / hooking up with, not dating, was 6'10". Remember 6'10"?
Oh my God. 6'10" doesn't even sound like a height.
I know.
It sounds like, oh, he was so tall, he was 6'10". But
and usually I wouldn't go crazy tall. Like just around 6 feet's fine. Yeah, no, like that didn't bother me, but he was fun.
I really liked tall guys. I dated in the last like post-divorce a guy that was like 6'4", and that was fun. I don't know. I just like really tall. I don't know what that was. That was my only ever like I feel like besides making mean jokes apparently as a way of flirting, the only way I would kind of flirt with guys sometimes, I just remember doing this in my 20s, being drunk, being like, so how tall are you really? What?
Listen, girl, and guys love that.
And it was never to a short guy.
Never to a short guy. You can't say that.
That would be mean. That would be like a mean joke.
That reminds me of one of my guy friends who is shorter.
Yes.
He's been in a relationship now for like 4 years, but prior to that, he, I think like Hinge, like said he was the most eligible guy, something, whatever. Very attractive, very charismatic. But he was on a date once, and the woman, like, and he had his height on his profile. It wasn't like he was joking, or like saying 6 feet.
Right.
And then he was, which is often the case. He was upfront about it and had like pictures that showed, and then this woman he was on a date with, she was like, so like, if you could be taller, how tall would you be?
That's so mean. That's so funny and so mean.
So he was like, I'm happy the way I am. Thank you. And
you can go.
Yeah, but she's like,
that's so mean.
Like, what kind of question is that? Like, are you more attractive?
If you could be prettier, what features would you? Like, if you could be thinner, what number would you do?
But it's also like, was she gonna like him depending on that? Like,
it's like,
he wants to be
we
taller.
both wish that you were taller.
Right?
It's just like, are you with me? Like, you think it's unacceptable?
Can we both accept that you are too short?
That's horrible. Oh my God.
I know.
I was friends with this guy who in England when I lived there. Who was this lovely guy, like Michelin star chef, like great personality, funny as hell, quite short.
Yeah.
And like he had a great sense of humor about it, but he would tell these stories about being on the apps, and like one time some girl came over and like he opened the door and she was just like, nope, like turned and left. I was like, God, we're brutal. God. We're all brutal.
That's
so intense. But you know what's so funny? I feel like the more I've been on a deeper path,
right?
The less the more spiritual and I became, the less I dated in my type. Here we are. Yeah. But it's so funny because like the more connected to yourself and the more healed you are, the more you're just going on vibes. So
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Like at this point, I can't even fathom caring about.
I know.
I mean, I don't even care about gender, so I can't even fathom caring about height.
Well, it's interesting.
If you're like a good person.
Yeah, and I agree, but I have to say, because my height is so much a part of me.
No, that would be hard.
That
like really tiny person.
I can't. I am not attracted to someone that is half my height and size. I'm not.
I feel like intimately that would be a little weird.
Yeah, and I like and that's what I said when I dated men too, is I don't necessarily need some tall guy. Like I just want to be within like a few inches of the same eye line. Yeah. Like I just want to be somewhat equal.
Right.
That's all. I don't care if it's a few inches shorter or whatever, but like I already feel like on a bad day, I feel like a freak. So I don't want to be,
Claire.
Like walking into a space where it's like, you're so much taller and different than everybody that it's like, and listen, I understand. that's aggressive for me to say that. Like, I get it.
But we all, I mean, whatever. We all have
But still, we feel standing out and people looking at it. So I just don't like, I just want someone on my general plane with me.
Which,
you know?
In so many ways.
Which, thank you. Like, it's not, I wholeheartedly agree with, like, it's the energies, it's the whatever, but I just.
Yeah.
And like.
Well, and it's the same way it's hard to date someone who's not, like, at your intellectual level.
Yeah.
Like, that's hard also.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So I get it. But, like, vibes.
Right.
I'm here for the
Vibes. That's all
vibes.
It is.
And, like, being from the same species.
Yeah. Thank you.
You want to feel that.
Yeah.
On the same planet.
Just not wanting to feel other. No one wants to feel that. No one wants to feel that. So just being,
And the crazy thing is we all do, right?
Of course.
We all have these like great fears of, you know, being the only one or that feels this way or being so different. And it's so crazy because that is like such a pain point for that's like part of the human experience.
Exactly. But I have been doing queer things this week, which is exciting.
It's exciting.
I went to one of my favorite podcasts, this one excluded.
You said one of.
Handsome, which is Fortune Feimster and Tig Notaro.
Oh, you went in person?
Yes, they had a live show.
Fun.
So now in LA, there is the big Netflix is a Joke comedy festival. So there's a ton of live shows right now. So they had a live show, and then they also were interviewing. I say that loosely. They were interviewing Malin Ackerman and Brittany Snow from The Hunting Wives. Did you watch that? No. It was a show on Netflix that it was like these Texas wives
reality of hunters.
No, it was
they're married.
No, it's scripted.
They're both hunters. Oh, it's scripted. Okay.
It's scripted.
I'm like picturing camo.
No. Okay. It's a salacious soap opera that there's a lot of lesbian activity. They're all married, but like hook up, you know, like that kind of fun stuff. So that's why they were being quote unquote interviewed. There was barely an interview, you know, they were all just gabbing, which was so fun. But so yeah, and then I'm going to Muna, which is a queer band. Tomorrow night. And then tonight, the Sapphic Tennis League is going to Jumbo's Clown Room, which is
I've been there. Yep. I have been to Jumbo's Clown Room. I can't handle those kinds of establishments.
It's a very performative strip club.
Yes.
Like it's a fun old school, not a
small.
CD. Yeah, small. It definitely turns straight, but you know, there's a lot of lesbians that are there a lot of times. My friend had their 38th birthday there. So it's it's a fun place. So they're going there and then to another gay bar after that. TBD if I actually go. But you know, at least I'm doing, you know.
Look, you're getting out. That's how you're going to find love, Claire.
I'm getting out there.
You got to get out there. You got to get comfortable out there. That's how you find it. We got to just be in our element.
Thank you so much.
Be having a good time.
And that's, So that's
just
what I'm trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just be more comfortable in the space.
Flow, not force. Flow.
Flow, not force. Thank you. Okay, wait. You had your birthday party.
I did.
How was it?
It was delightful. It was so sweet. There was probably like 25 people over the course of the afternoon.
Perfect.
I accidentally made very, very weak margaritas. So I basically just like dosed my friends with a lot of vitamin C. So everyone the next day was like, I feel pretty good. And I was like, haha, I accidentally.
Exactly.
Just because we juiced like way too many limes and it was so like potent, the lime juice, that it was like hard to like balance it out.
Sure.
So we're having to like cut them with, and I just like couldn't be like, I did it and then I sort of I was like, I don't want to be in charge of things.
Yeah,
there's just too many people I need to talk to.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a silver lining because, but it was really fun. I don't know how to relax my own parties. Well, I did a very good job of not worrying about food or drinks. Good. So much so that I made bad margaritas. But I just feel like it's all people I love. So you just want to talk to people. And then I realized like everyone, like the last like hour or two, I felt I could dance and have fun. And we were sort of having a dance party in the backyard, which was great. But I realized that like because I thrive off of like deeper connection and like deeper conversation. Yeah. Just like having a lot of superficial conversations, like I leave feeling like a little bit like also like I didn't get what I needed. Sure. So it's like this funny thing of like, oh, I'm so happy I did this for everyone. Yeah. And I'm so happy I got to see everyone a little bit. But then it was almost like, wait, but can we hang out now that this is over?
Exactly. It's almost like you're just touching base to be like, and then we'll hang out another time.
Yeah. We'll hang out another time. But I love you, so please come to my house for this.
Yeah.
And some people had not been to our house. And so it was really nice. I got this T-Rex t-shirt and a whole handful of other lovely things. And then I was like, okay, next time, because it won't be my birthday, we have a party, I'll actually talk to people.
There we go.
Actually talk to people. Yeah. So that'll be good. But it was good. It was good. It was a good event. I love that. Okay. And then, oh my God, so wait, the saga continues. I have two pieces of funny things. I'm wondering what I should lead with. I'll lead with the more intense one. So remember what I was talking about? I queued this. Let me see if I can find it. I queued, let me find it. The message from the dowsing guy, right? Oh. Let's see if you can hear it. Because there's been a development. I know, right? Let me find it.
I'm annoyed with my hair, so I'm just going to be looking at myself fixing my hair real quick.
Fix your hair. Okay, I've queued it up. Okay, tell me if you can hear this.
I finished the 21 days healing of your property last night, and now the next 48 hours, 72 hours is the final bit. This is probably the most turbulent part because I have to open everything up and some souls might come into the property, then I have to clear them and then put things into the ley lines for healing for the future. So just giving you the heads up in case that does happen. It doesn't always happen, but I just wanted to give you the heads up in case.
Wow.
So casual. Just want to give you the heads up.
FYI, lots of entities and crazy beings.
I'm going to open it up. I'm going to let everything through. And like whatever, we did have one night where it was like a little bit intense.
Yeah, you said it sounded like a party.
Oh my God. I was like in the walls. It was. Yeah. So then yesterday we get the report and we've dowsed like this already, our last apartment, some other, and so I've seen dowsing reports. And so I'll like go over what we got
Please
initially. Do. So finding one, geopsychic stress. The property was carrying all 14 forms of geopsychic stress, totaling in 25 total. This level of stress can create an imbalance with both environment and those residing with it. I've fully cleared, identified, and released, restoring balance, harmony, and natural energetic flow. I'll explain what that is in a moment.
Okay.
Finding 2 negative energy blocks. 3 dense energy blocks were identified within the land, restricting the natural flow of the Earth's energy lines. These imprints can contribute to stagnation and resistance within both the environment and those residing within it. They've been fully cleared as well. Finding 3, geopathic stress and spiritual gateway. Following the clearing of 2 rays of geopathic stress, 2 rays of geopathic stress revealed themselves. With their emergence, 5 earthbound souls appeared. These have now been compassionately guided to the light, releasing their connection to the space. The presence of these rays indicated a deeper requirement within the ley lines for stabilization and higher alignment. In response, 4 spiritual gateways have been placed and permanently anchored into the land. Each gateway is supported by 4 protective angels. forming a structured and stable energetic architecture within the ley lines. These gateways will remain in place indefinitely, continuously holding and maintaining the integrity, balance, and protection of the land. It also functions as a natural ascension point. Finding 4. The title of this one is Lianna. In the past,
I'm nervous.
It's always the land or the house, just the house. I have my own section. We've never seen this before.
Oh my gosh. Well, we're not surprised. We're not surprised by this. Okay.
Lianna was holding a substantial level of geopsychic stress, carrying all 14 recognized forms, totaling in 68 total.
You stop it.
If you remember, the house had 14 forms, 25 total. Let me just tell you what geopsychic stress
Please
is.
explain this. Oh my God, I'm so stressed and also fascinated.
Geopsychic stress, the presence of earthbound souls or dark entities stuck in the earth's vibrations, sometimes referred to as ghosts or entities. These presences have not passed over after death and cause problems for living people. Where found, I also check for other psychic phenomenon such as curses, negative power objects, and negative vortexes. These are cleared to the light, which is best for all concerned. So I'm like reading through this. Luciana sends it to me and I'm like at Pilates and she's like, this is kind of interesting. Do you want to check it out?
Oh,
so I had 68. And then it says, and mind you, he knows my name, her name, and our address. He doesn't know my last name. He doesn't know anything about it. He's in the UK, as you could tell from the business casual accent.
Yes, of course.
I would imagine she is a sensitive and empathetic person. Carrying these entities would likely have placed considerable strain on her energetic system. These have now been fully cleared and released, restoring balance, clarity, and greater sense of ease within her energy field. You did not have any discarnates or blocks, so I've not mentioned you. I was like,
wow, Luciana got out unscathed.
I mean, we did not. Like, and then it's so funny because you always get like a land analysis and there's like a number, right? So it's like the geopathic stress. And geopathic stress, they talk about like, you know, natural radiation, which rises through the earth, distorted by subterranean running water, like more like actual, we're talking about like earth stuff. So it's like goes through that with the EMS, the vitality of the land, the basically the how aligned with the Schumann resonance it is.
Sure.
And literally, I have my like GPS was -4.5. Now it's 5. My EMS was -4.5. It's now 0, which is good. My geopsychic stress, 68 total, was cleared. My vitality was at 10%, and now it's at 100. What? My treacle, which is negativity held in the body, was 70%, and now it's 0. My Hertz level, so my Schumann was 90, and you want to be 7.63, so it's restored. And my aura was at 60, and now it's at 100. But, I mean...
Excuse me.
I'm too far into all of this stuff that, like, I live by this. But, like, when we first started doing it, like, one of my friends in the UK was like, oh, she had a bunch of her properties she managed. She was like, oh, I use this dowser. It's really been helpful, like, yada, yada. So we just started playing around with it. Sure. But, like, what?
Girl.
68?
You had 68 things on you.
68 things. And the funniest part was Luciana was having such, the poor thing, she has had such a hard time sleeping this year. Such a hard time. So it's like, she goes days on end sleeping a couple of hours, like just like really, really bad. Okay, like maybe there have been weeks where maybe she got like in a week, 12 hours of sleep.
No.
Like so awful.
Oh my God, that's miserable.
So a couple weeks ago it was coming to a head. So she reached out to Tara's shaman. And he was like, listen, this is an initiation, which we thought, where he was like, your gifts are coming online. Like, this is why like stuff happens at night. And there's also like some childhood stuff that was coming up that needed to be healed. So like, we kind of had an idea around this, but she reached out to him and he gave her some stuff to do. And to this, our old dowsing person who gave us this new guy.
Right.
And, she was not, and we would joke that like we would go to bed and like 9 times out of 10 I'd wake up by myself because she would like flee to another room.
Yeah.
we were like, well, makes sense. You don't want to be around me. I'm like literally like walking graveyard.
Oh my gosh, you have so much activity around you.
And and so since like the last couple of weeks, since all of this has been cleared, sleeping soundly. She's doing so much better. Like no problems being near me.
Stop it.
And wow. And he was saying like that, like over the, like you'll feel the difference over the course of the next 3 to 6 months. You'll really start to notice a difference.
Okay.
Although isn't this so cute? So there was like a just an outline at the bottom of everything that he did. And one of the things was that 16 angels were permanently placed for protection and to guard the spiritual gateways that he put 4 spiritual gateways into the ley line. I don't know what any of these mean. I don't know if I believe in any of it.
Sounds good.
But can I tell you the bottom line? Her insomnia is gone. And my capacity is much better. I have more energy.
Wow.
Throughout, ever since I died on Zoom a couple years ago.
Yep.
In your presence.
Yep.
On Zoom. We're so modern. That's how you get. You're like, it's happening on Zoom. No. That's my spiritual ascension is in a Zoom meeting.
It is in a Zoom meeting. Well, I just happened to be present via Zoom. It wasn't necessarily happening on Zoom.
I mean, right. I mean, but it was. Also, anyway, my physical body has changed and I felt all kinds of weird things. And one of the things, like the Schumann, I was all sensitive after that. And all these crazy things are going on in my body. And then sometimes when we get new energy, or I was perceiving it, like sometimes I feel like, you know what inflammation feels like, right? Well, actually, it sounds like you felt it this morning.
I
like
felt
the
it
puffiness.
now.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. You're like the thing that's happening current in this moment. So with inflammation, it was almost like this new kind of inflammation that felt like it was like someone had put a bunch of air in between like my skin and the rest of my body.
You said that once. Yeah.
I know. It's really weird.
That. Yeah.
It's not, that's feeling gone. So
interesting.
And like in the last week or two, and like I haven't been doing much. Like I don't even like, I'm very intuitive with eating now because sometimes when we get a lot of energy, like things just gross me out or I can't eat anything or I'm nauseous all the time. I all of a sudden am like thinner in like the last couple of weeks.
Excuse me.
Like, so, I mean, and it makes sense, right? If I'm carrying a lot of like, I don't know, weird energy that's not mine.
Yeah.
Your body's trying to protect itself.
Well, and it's hanging out between your muscles and your skin.
I guess, or something. So I wrote it because I was like, shut up. Like, shut up.
Right.
Like, I can believe, like, I don't know, like land has history, land has energy.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Like, it's alive. So the idea of someone like cleaning the energy of the land, or this is a very old house, like I get that, like that makes sense.
Wholeheartedly.
Never not once have we personally been doused. And like I did have an entity removed a couple years ago.
I was about to say you did.
Yeah. But it wasn't like a bad thing. It was like this whole other thing.
Just felt it. Yeah.
No, it was really scary. I got like locked out of my body. And,
yes.
Anyway.
Yes. I do remember that.
But that, like, then I don't know. That was like 3 or 4 years ago. 4 years ago? And
well, now you've just got so many of them.
And so I was like, wait, what? Like, we were dying laughing because, like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? Like,
sorry,
and I
just had to be doused.
And like, the house had 25, and like the house and the land.
68.
Little me, 68. Like, no wonder I can't get anything done, and I'm so tired all the time. Like, what?
Exhausted.
Wait.
I'm curious how this is going to be with your medium abilities now.
I know. Well, so I was like, can you text this guy and just be like, can he give me like, because I've like learned to do some protection stuff because like, you know, I don't know, all of a sudden dead people started showing up. So I was like, I think I need to like protect, like, I don't know. And like intuitively I was feeling that.
Sure.
So I was like, can you text him and just be like, can I have like, you know, a couple of tips? And
sure.
He basically was like, no, she has to like do a session with me, which, I mean, whatever, makes sense. But I texted him and I was like, hey, I'm curious to learn a little bit more about the report. Like, please. That's crazy.
This is a lot.
I know. And like, also, I do feel better. So like, and have for a little while. And like, is it a coincidence? I thought maybe it was astrology. Like, I never know what's going on anymore, especially with my body. It feels crazy.
I know.
So basically, I texted him today, actually. Good morning, Lianna. Thank you for your message. What you are experiencing is not uncommon for people who are highly sensitive, empathetic, or beginning to open spiritually and intuitively. When someone is naturally receptive, particularly during times of awakening or mediumistic development, they can become more aware of environmental energies, emotional fields, and geopsychic stress. The important thing is learning how to stay grounded and protect yourself, yada, yada, yada. He was like, this is how we work together. But we both were laughing so hard yesterday because like, unexpected, like did not, if anything, like she was having trouble sleeping. I mean, I didn't think little me was a problem.
Little you was a problem.
Like such a problem. We laughed because like I had, we used to call it my school of lost boys, where I had all these like ex-boyfriends and guys that are friends, and like I just always like help like fielding everyone's emotional problems and giving advice.
Of course.
And I since have let that go years ago. Yeah. But I was like, well, I stopped doing that in the 3D. But maybe I've been too open.
You're still doing it.
Spiritually, I didn't know.
Yeah.
But I was laughing and we're like, well, if I guess there's any, like, not that I needed more proof, but as I've said many times on this podcast, I feel sometimes very crazy that I'm like, hey, your mom's coming in, or my channel, like my guides told me this, or my past shaman showed up and blah, 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 blah.
With your friend a week plus ago or whatever, when his guides came in.
Oh my God, right? Or when the wand appeared and it was not broken anymore, right? Yeah. So like that feels nutty to me, but I was like, wow, this man who knew nothing about me literally spent like a month or 2 months like cleaning the energy. Like one of the things he said in the report was like, we had some negative block that he had to clear every day for 3 weeks for it to like be like, this was so serious. Anyway, I was like, well, if I needed more signs, like not that like every time I meet another like spiritual person that kind of like look at me and are like, oh, what is this? You have something weird going on. Like even when we were in Egypt, like with our guide, our like light language guide. The first day that she was channeling light language to everyone, she went around the circle halfway through, just stopped and stared at me for 2 minutes. And like, it was like a dog being like, what is this thing in front of me? It was so funny. She literally stopped and stared at me and was like, what are you? I could feel her being like, whoa, this is intense. Like, what is this? Like, what? Like, this is not what I expect. Like, who are you? And then like sent me love and then didn't do anything and then just moved on. So like, I get like, I'll be in these situations and people are like, there's something weird about you. I'm like,
something is up here. Yeah.
And anyway, so if I needed more proof that some random man removed 68 entities from me in the past month. So if I'm a little more sprightly.
Wow.
Can you believe?
It's so fascinating with Luciana also with her sleep.
Right?
I mean, I guess some of that could be the location too, but I feel like for sure if she's
she was saying she was always hearing and feeling stuff at night, which she does. She is definitely
you
sensitive
said that
to the
before.
Stuff. Yeah. And like
I
have a little bit. I have a little bit, but
it's mainly happening in you.
Well,
she's hearing it. You're not.
To this guy, I want to talk to this guy and be like, because like, where did they come from? Did this happen a couple of years ago? Did I pick, have I just slowly picking them up? Like, in Rome and in Egypt and the pyramids and like,
girl, you picked up a lot there.
I'm just like picking up hitchhikers left and right. And like, what do I do with this information? I mean, I definitely feel better. I mean, I've been feeling super weird the past couple years anyway, and slowly it's been better. So like, I just assumed I was on the right path, but like,
is so interesting.
Isn't this hilarious?
Well, are you going to do a session with him?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, good.
Oh my God, of course. I kind of just have to do it for the plot also.
I mean, we need the story.
We need the story. We need that. This is like just investigative journalism.
Yes, it is. Thank you. Thank you for doing that.
I mean, it's so funny.
Wait, I love this. When have you scheduled yet? No.
I will soon. I am dying. What?
You're like,
I've never seen this on a, and it's like Lianna has her own session because she's so problematic.
That's so, well, I wouldn't say problematic. Just on a different plane.
I know. Like, I don't know. I'm like hanging out in between I'm much stickier. I know. I sent it to one of my witchy friends and she was laughing and she was like, well, hey, if I was like stuck in the in-between and you could hear me, I'd definitely hang out around you and try to like,
yes.
I don't think I'm I'm open, especially to my channel and like your mom. And there's certain like situations where like I feel very connected, but I think I'm afraid like to open the window all the way because of like all the noise.
It's scary. Yeah.
Well,
there's
and
a
if
lot.
I'm like not even fully open and I have like 68 hitchhikers, what's gonna happen?
Don't fully open, girl. Not until you have a handle on how to manage that.
And I have sort of been trying to like call in the idea of so like, okay, if someone's meant to like show me more about this, bring them to me type of thing.
Yeah.
So this feels like the next right step to even just like talk to him once and be like, what the heck are you talking about? And like, where did they come from? Who were they? Did you like have a chat? Were they okay? Like, what was it?
Well, I mean, even him, right? Because you reached out to your regular person, or Luciana did, and she couldn't do it, and she directed you to him.
I know. And the crazy thing about our dynamic is like she repeatedly gets a ping to do things that like directly help me so much.
Yeah, there's quite a connection there. Obviously, yes, but you as well. Yeah.
I mean, it just goes to show when you're in alignment and you connect to like your pings, it's not just for you, it's for everyone.
Yeah.
And I would say when we got on, I was listening to this book, The Wisdom of the Council, and Claire was kind of teasing me because it was talking about being your own creator.
No, I loved it. It just like turned, like as soon as I logged in, it was like, you are your own creator. And I was like, okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. But it's been interesting because I've had a couple of, like in the past week, both Luciana and like this other friend of mine who I got connected to through Tara, my late shaman, Medina, who's like this lovely friend. They both had these sort of epiphanies around flow, which I really, 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 really wholeheartedly believe in, where it was so interesting because like when you think about like living your life energetically and like the old rhetoric around manifestation is sort of like, okay, believe this thing, pick it out, believe it, and like believe it really hard and it'll appear. And like that is not quite how things go. Right. Sometimes maybe. Yeah, but it's like this really interesting way of understanding that like life wants to give you everything that you want and like it's waiting for you and it's just sort of you have to kind of line up for it. And the more force there is around anything, the more it's just life being like, not it, pivot, try the other door, door to the left, door to the left. You're like, but it's got to be the red door. It's like, maybe it's the blue one. Maybe it's the blue one. And it's like the sooner you can let go of like your attachment to the red door, the blue one opens up and it's like all the things that you ever wanted. Right. And it was so interesting because we've been having a lot of like problems in our garden and like with help in our garden. And then there's been some money stuff that's been very frustrating and like bank accountancy, like real boring logistical, not fun stuff. Yeah. And that especially Lou has been dealing with. And she had this like beautiful moment a week ago where she was just like, oh my God, I realized like the more I kept trying to work on this stuff today, the worse I was feeling. I wasn't getting anywhere. I just had to go outside and go for a walk and like move my body and go to the beach and like hang out. And like, and then it was this beautiful moment of like we were talking about earlier, like you can know it and then you know it in your heart. You can know it in your brain, but once you know it, like you experience it in your body. Right. It was so interesting because of course what happened like within like 24 hours of this like shift for her was literally, and the week before she was like, oh, I just want like a woman-owned company to help with the garden. And I like want a woman. Out of nowhere, we end up getting this like, oh my God, the woman is like, she's this like 94-year-old Portuguese woman who works with her daughter and her granddaughter. And they're like local and like care so much. And,
I love that.
Oh my God. Oh my God. So anyway, through a series of unrelated events, we get connected to them and she meets with them and it's like on a whim. And then they don't even have space to take us on. But by the end of the meeting, they love her so much in our space that they're like, we'll kick out one of our other clients and take you on. And then like we were figuring out what to do with the people who were helping us that helped us with the whole grass thing, who we liked, but it's just not, they don't have enough people and blah, blah, blah. So they were supposed to have this conversation on Friday. They randomly call yesterday when all of this other stuff is happening with these new women that are just like appear in our lives out of nowhere. And then they have this beautiful conversation where like, thank you so much. Like, this isn't really working. And they're like, we get it. Sorry, we did our best. Like, let's refund you some money.
What?
And it was so funny because I was like, can we go back to the pivot of in understanding where when it's forced, when it's anything, when we are forcing too much, what you need to do is get back into alignment with yourself and get to feeling good. And then it's so funny because this book I'm listening to talks a lot about like, you only need inspiration 3% of the time. Like flow with life. Like when things are easy, when you're like drawn to something, when stuff's flowing, like go with that. And when the energy stops flowing in whatever direction, stop. And then it's like, okay, what am I meant to be doing? It's like, what you're meant to be doing is like loving everyone around you, finding joy, connecting to yourself, like finding, like appreciating the moment that you're in and trying to learn from it. Like you're stopped in this moment because like there's something here. So how do you get to this place where you like love it and appreciate it and get to the moment of appreciation? Because then like the energy and the inspiration will come back and then just be sensitive for when it's driving you forward again, which is like, understand, like from a materialistic 3D point of view, that sounds like a crazy thing to do, right? Like a crazy way to live your life.
Because it's not tangible necessarily.
No, but it really fully goes on. If you just purely think about this as energy, right? Like if you are a happy, nice person who's fun and funny, people want to be around you. People want to hire you. People want to date you, right? And if you're like scary and sad and negative, like people don't want to be around you, right? And if we think about like, I mean, we could go deep into this with quantum physics. We're not going to because I will not explain it well. But like,
and I haven't had enough coffee.
You're like, I got a Wendy's hangover, babe. Like we are not going there.
Woof. Can't do it today.
But it's like, do you want to force or attract? And do you think you actually know what's best? Or are you open to receive more? And it's so interesting because they talk, and like, this is resonating so much with me because it's very clearly articulated something I've been living. And I truly believe in, like, it rings true in my body, right? When you talk about listening with your head versus your heart, like when I listen to it, it feels true in my heart. So it's like, how can we sort of shift our perspective of how things are going and like flow more easily into our lives, enjoy it more, allowing stuff to be pulled into our orbit. And it's like when you're pushing and trying to create, you're not willing to accept the more that's coming to you because your container is too small. Right. So we like think that happiness or whatever it is. And I remember even Kathleen helped me with this when I was working at the Human Bean Store a million years ago. And she was like, what is your definition of happiness? And I was like, I want to be on a like HBO or Netflix sitcom style Judd Apatow girls ensemble cast that is funny with heart. And I knew the exact thing because that's how we're taught, right? Like this is the only way I'll be happy. And she was like, do you see that your happiness is literally only allowed in here?
It's like
and I was
tiniest.
like, of course, like I'm not taking no for an answer. I'm going to make it happen. And she was like, but what if like, what about your life now makes you happy? What makes you feel really good? Like, what does it feel like to be connected to yourself and flowing? And then I told her, and she was like, okay, what if you just like lived like that all the time? And I was like, oh, what do you mean? Like, and then there was like a real like head heart, like, like totally like my brain and my ego were like, no, this is who we are. This is what we want. This is the only thing that's going to make us happy. And my heart's like, wait a minute. It is really fun doing all these other things. Wait, you're telling me that I could just have fun and be in flow always? And when I gave it a shot, a lot of my anxiety disappeared. And then it was hard to not notice the flow and starting to see like when you're in the flow and out of the flow. And then it was so cute because then, of course, this past week, my friend Medina mirrored this back to me, and we had been like catching up on voice notes on a couple of things, and she had really been missing this handkerchief that Tara gave her years ago. Yeah. That was like a silly gift. That was like a hand, like when you donate to the Nature Conservancy or like PBS or any of those places, like you get like a tote bag. Or she had got this like beautiful green scarf, like with leaves, green and white scarf that said Nature Conservancy on it, that she loved. That disappeared, you know, when she was living out west, and now she's on the East Coast. And one day got up and got a ping to go to a secondhand store and like go through a bin. And as she's thinking more about Tara and this very specific Nature Conservancy, like this week. And then she was saying like the rest of her day was just like so flowy, and it's like so hard not to feel those and feel guided and feel connected to something bigger. Yeah. But so where in your life do you notice flow versus force? Like, are there any areas of your life that feel very flowy?
You know, when you were talking, I was thinking about last night when I was at that casting thing. And there's really, I don't know if this is the right answer, but, and I know it's not a right or wrong, but
you better pass this test.
I better pass. Oh my gosh. I hope I say it right. No, but I was thinking last night, like when I was reading with other people, I felt so good, more so than doing my own scene. Because it was like, I felt like I was supporting people in a really good way. And I think that that's something that I think is different than, say, a couple years ago. If I was doing that, it'd be more about like, oh, are they witnessing me? Right. But it was more of how I really felt like I was making the people I was reading with better. Yeah. And like supporting them. And that just felt like something that made sense. And like, it wasn't hard for me. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it, I don't know, just because that is obviously last night. So I'm thinking of it a little fresh, but I think it has to do with, when I feel like I'm connecting with people, whether it's in direct service or like just but me being myself and making someone feel a little like either brightening their day or making them feel a little less alone or whatever. That feels like flow. Yeah. So are there any only you know, babe. I'm not in there with you. I'm kidding. Well, I mean, I think... ding, ding, ding. Yeah, it sounds accurate. Right. And so then knowing that, are there any ways for you, like, is there a doorway for you to keep flowing in that way? Well, and I think that in doubling down on what I was saying about last night, I think that's why I'm feeling, because I don't know if I've talked about it on here, but I'm feeling a draw to work in the casting process. Yeah. Great. And I really like doing that last night. It's like that really made me excited and happy and like felt like I was doing a good job helping people make their best performance.
Yeah.
To find that. And so I feel like continuing maybe down this path of casting makes sense. Right? Because I do feel like that can use my gifts and my skills and knowledge to help others in that way. Listen, it doesn't mean it's not going to be frustrating and, still.
Of course. Well, you still have to try and go to work, and like, it's not like life's always effortless.
Sure.
It's like, and like circling back around, where do you feel there's force? Like, where are you forcing things in life? And this is for everyone. Ask yourselves, where am I flowing? Where am I forcing?
I mean, right now, what I'm forcing, and it's not working at all, is trying to find a freaking job.
Right. Like a regular job.
Like a regular job. It's just not, it's just I feel like I'm continually butting up. And I also know factually, it's just like, so many people are out of work. So many people are looking for jobs. So it's a difficult time. So there is a force with just the facts of the situation, but I don't feel right in my body with the way that, like, I am forcing, and I'm it's barely happening because it's like, it's so, and like, again, what a privilege. I understand, but like, just trying to find that survival, the B job, because clearly I'm still like trying to act and do all of those things, but like a job for job's sake is not happening.
Is there energy that feels like something you could access to move forward with the casting stuff?
I did reach out to one casting director who I really like, who's in New York, but she's very involved in the casting union, and like she does a lot of workshops across, and like very active. So I was like, I still think, and she was on my podcast.
Who? Which one? Who?
Erica Hart. Yeah, Erica. You know Erica.
Wasn't it? Oh, I was gonna say, was Erica on this podcast? But I think maybe not.
No,
she was a client at one point. I mean, should I say that? Is that bad to say? I mean, we had a couple of calls about something very basic.
No, that's fine.
Doesn't need me. She's amazing.
No, listen, you can be amazing and also have help.
I know. Yeah, of course.
So she was on. Yeah, so she's great. You obviously know her, whatever.
Yes. She was she and Marcy Phillips. I feel like they really liked me. Like that office would call me in, and they really, when I was younger, made me feel like validated.
Yeah. Erica used to work, and I think Marcy still does, at ABC.
Yeah, and now she's on her own. She's doing so well.
Yeah. Erica,
she's the best.
She's phenomenal.
Yeah.
She's doing Broadway.
She's been winning awards. She's incredible.
Yeah, she's winning all sorts. Yeah, she's great. And so open and so nice. And like I said, she was on my podcast before. Yeah. And so I was like, I'm just drawn to talk to her. I feel as though she would be a very good, honest, person to talk to about, like, just kind of get how I could get into it and shifting. I understand it'd start with like the lowest of the low, and exactly. But also thinking maybe she knows someone out here or like whatever. So I did reach out to her. Yes. And she, a few weeks ago, I want to say, and she was like, I'm so slammed right now, but come back to me like mid to late May. And so I was like, great, I will. But there are other casting people that I've taken some classes with and whatever here that I've been meaning to reach out to. I haven't done it yet. But I did like the person that met with last night. And I feel like since she saw me as a reader as well, so I'm going to try, even though when we all ask, because that's part of the thing, when you have a session with a casting director, there's always like, how can we keep in touch? Because everyone's like desperate. Myself included.
That is the acting industry. Feels very desperate. Everyone feels very desperate. It's not nice.
I know it's awkward, but it's like,
give me a job. Show me that I'm lovable.
Yeah. And let me remind you who I am all the time, so you don't forget.
I'm here. Hi, I'm here.
And usually like most casting directors will have like a Gmail that they, that they have for casting or whatever, or for actors to keep in touch.
This is such a niche podcast.
It's such a niche,
like,
but
in general.
To explain it.
No, not this episode. But I'm just thinking the things we talk about. It's just like the entertainment industry, spirituality, queerness,
all of it. Listen, the dinosaurs are going to be on every episode. No, and I can't remember what I was saying.
That was being a dickhead. Sorry about that.
No, you weren't. No, you were laughing at what's very funny.
We were talking.
Last night they were like, "How can we keep in touch?" She was like, "Have your agents reach out." Versus, so I feel weird about like. So right. I may find. I know she has like a professional Instagram and a personal. So I may DM and be like, "Hey." Actually, not about the acting, but on the casting.
If you ever need a reader or an assistant. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So I may do that because that's fresh. Right. And then another person that I met with who's at Sony, I think. So, but anywho, so yeah, I feel like, because again, I've looked up jobs and casting, whatever, but as it is with every industry, it's who you know, just to kind of get on top of the stack of resumes. And also I do feel, and it's been this way. I mean, looking back at all the jobs I've ever had, it's been a connection or a word of mouth of me. Yeah. Even in corporate America, like even when I switched jobs in corporate America, it was because someone recommended me for a job. Yeah. So it's like, I gotta, So the blind applications, and sure, you can follow up on an email and that kind of stuff, but it's just, that's been such force that is not working and drains me and makes me angry and makes me shut down.
Right. So if we're talking about like, what are you attracting in, and you're spending like X amount of time of your day. And the thing is, Claire, like we also know like you're only going to do what you want to do.
Lord knows.
So you might as well just put more energy into the next iteration of the exciting idea, because even if you get like a regular job for a little while,
it's not going to.
No, it'll go the way of the last
job, which was shocking. Can I explain just real quick? So I worked part-time for an interior designer. It was a friend of a friend. It was shocking how things started going wrong. Like I didn't recognize myself.
Right, because you were so out of alignment.
I was it was like, because I was a project manager, and I've been a project manager before, but they've always been my projects.
Right. Like that's the thing. It's like we all have to understand like what is our sweet spot? What's our lane? Like, where are we in our gift, if you want to use human beings?
Yeah.
And it's like you can have all of the technical skills in the world, but like if it's not aligned, like if you are out of alignment and it's not in like coming from a more like heart-centered place, you're gonna be miserable. You're going to make mistakes. Like someone like you, especially, like you really need to have your heart and stuff.
Oh my gosh. I mean, it was so bad. I was like, I didn't know who I was anymore. I was making mistakes that I never would make. And it was like, it was just crazy to me.
And like, that's even more of a creative job than probably some of the other stuff you are applying for.
Well, I was just managing workflows essentially.
Right. But like on paper, that looks like a job that actually would be something that you would be really good at, right?
Yeah. And that's why my friend recommended me.
Right.
But it was like, I felt the switch. There was a moment where all of a sudden I could not do anything right.
Right.
I could not.
And like, what does that do to your morale? What does it do to you as a person? Right. So how about we pivot this and like everyone, if you want to listening, what if we did an experiment until June, just until June, where we you're already becoming more aware of your body, of what's going on.
Yeah.
what do we broaden that awareness to the energy of flow versus force, right? Okay. We all know what that feels in your body. What is that? Can you describe what that feels like to you when I say that?
The flow versus force?
Yeah.
I think when I'm in flow, I wake up after. In the sense of like, it's like like thinking last night. It was like, once I got in my car, I was like, that was fantastic. Like, I just woke up. But I
it lights you up. It gives you energy. Yeah.
Yeah. But I was also like in it.
Yeah.
Without even having to think and worry and whatever, like, and then all of a sudden I'm like, ooh, that was great.
Yeah. I love that. That's such a great explanation. Because I was like, is that too obvious of a question? But no, that's so brilliant, right?
No,
it lights you up.
It lights you up. And then truly the force is you're trying to cycle a bike that the chain is broken off of.
Right, right.
It's like,
through like half dry cement.
Yes.
Like, oh my God. It really, like, force to me at this point feels like it makes me want to like lay down the floor. Like all of a sudden the gravity is so strong that I like can't pick up my limbs.
Yes.
And it was so interesting because weirdly enough, I got like a random email that was almost like a direct offer to work for some like telehealth company, like health coaching, okay. Which so funny. A couple of years I was like trying to get that job. Like
I was about to say,
yeah.
That was something of interest, possibly.
I know. And I was looking at his website and it's a bigger company, but it was so funny. And I was like, wow, is this a sign? Should I do this? And I felt into it. And I'm like, I actually don't believe in like the regular tenets of nutrition and health anymore, just purely because my body's had a very different experience in the past couple of years.
Such a different.
And I also really find it incredibly boring just to talk about people about food. I want to go underneath and talk about the deeper things. And like, I think my gifts are wasted. I mean, man, I'll talk to your dead relatives before I want to talk to you about like,
exactly.
But it was this funny moment of, should I do this? Because like, I'm very busy. I'm doing a lot of different things, but like, I only have, my clients are like a part-time part of that. And it was this funny thing of like, I really had to sit with it. And I was like, oh, I don't totally feel worthy of my life sometimes. Being free to like explore and be expressed and do all of this stuff that like really, really makes me like, I feel very busy and there's a lot of stuff going on, but it's like, I've never felt more alive and happy and well, especially now that I don't have like 68 dead people out.
Thank God. Bye-bye. Thank you.
But like truly, like I've never felt like I can get into the minutia of like, oh, I have to do this or respond to this email. But like everything I'm doing, I'm so lit up by. I like get to have this a great home and great relationship. And like, I just feel like, oh my God, like life can be this good. Like, holy shit. And then there's the part of you that's like, don't like it too much. Don't. And then so it was so funny. Like it came in and I was like, well, maybe you should be more responsible and like, and really worry about making more money and like bottom line.
Money.
And like be like, oh, get back into the 3D of it all. And that was so funny. I was like, oh, and I was sort of like, Luciana, I got like an opportunity for maybe a job like that I really don't think I should take. But if you think it's a good idea and like I can contribute more, and she was kind of like, no, you contribute enough. It's okay. But it was so interesting because it was like, oh, am I allowed to have this? And this kind of goes full circle with like one of my dearest friends is going through like a big transition period and is having a really hard time. And she called me today very bereft, and I was holding space, and she was saying like, look, I'm very unhappy, but I have never had an example of what I want. Like I don't see it in the world, and I don't believe it. Like for myself, I've never experienced it. Yeah. So like, how can I trust, and how can I move towards this like bravely and make these big decisions? Yeah. And I was like, ha 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 ha. Do you think that like we get rewarded and then we trust and then we believe we're worthy. No, you grow and you work your trust muscle. You decide that you're worthy. You decide you're abundant. You do all of the work on the inside so the outside will show up. And it's like for everyone, it's like, okay, how do you love yourself more? Maybe you need to help your nervous system, right? Everyone's nervous system is all wacky and that makes us go into fight or flight and fear. So it's like, how do we attune our nervous system? How do we love ourselves more? How do we trust ourselves more? That's it. And then anything you want, spend time internally moving things around versus externally rolling boulders around, because both will get you there, but one will take a hell of a lot longer and be a lot less fun. So up until June, not even a month, right? How do you pay attention to the moments of flow, the moments where you're drawn towards something, where something feels energetically aligned or exciting? And how do we notice when something is forceful? And even if it feels like force, be okay, I'm going to step back and not do this, right? How do I pivot? And notice when you're treading water or you're spinning in place like a cartoon and you're putting all this energy into absolutely nothing. It's okay, how do I pause, go for a walk, take a shower, do a little dance, pet my cat, whatever, to get myself back into this other energy. And it was so interesting because listening to this book, to make it full circle what we were talking about, it was okay, you ask, what are you meant to do? When the energy stops, when the light stops, you stop. Okay, what am I supposed to do while I'm stopped and waiting? You love life. You fall in love with life. Joy, like the t-shirt said. You know what I mean? Curiosity, love, getting into the space. Because you saw, when you're in flow, when you're in the thing that is aligned for you, it lights you up, it brings you energy, it gets you moving forward. And the cool thing is, sometimes that's just asking for help, right? The next right step is just sort of asking for help or with someone. We actually aren't meant to do this whole thing on our own, right?
No.
We're here to push each other forward. But what if you looked at the whole job prospect? And this isn't permission to do nothing.
Sure.
And I hope it doesn't sound like that, right?
You. No, right? I don't think so.
No, it's literally, how do we work towards identifying, when we're blocked, and then get back into a good feeling.
Yeah.
And then act from there, because guess what? When you get excited and aligned, you want to do something, right? And there is more clarity. Yeah. How does this sound? Where are you poking holes in this with your brain? If you are.
I'm not. I mean, I've taken it, I'm going internal of okay. Yeah. You've got to just connect and ask questions. And, again, it's just reiterating the need to show interest in asking for, you want to try something. I don't know. I'm now talking in circles, but it's just reiterating I need to reach out to people.
Yeah, that feels the most exciting.
Specifically for me. And I also think for most people, I feel and I also, of course, was thinking of just capitalist society certainly thrives when we're siloed and don't ask for help, because then we don't communicate with each other and we just work for an invisible man. So anywho, so thinking about that. I'm reminding myself of what I need to do today, which is reaching out.
And does that feel exciting?
It does. I feel, I feel weird because I think there is that, when reaching out, if I know this is not what I'm doing, but I feel like there's a bit of a sales part of it too, of hi, I'm curious in this, and this is why I think I would be good, but I don't have to say that second part initially, but it's
well, you could also be hey, I'm so interested in casting more. I'm happy to come read for free, right? Or you know what I mean? Initially get your foot in, offer something.
Yes. Oh, yeah, for sure. Offering help, for sure. Yeah.
But because honestly, once you get into the right room, someone will want to give you a job. You're like when you're in your zone. No, when you're in your zone, and you just have to put yourself out there. The universe matches your effort.
Yeah.
And it may not be like a 1-to-1, right?
Right.
And I swear, it's so funny, right? Like one of my friends just, she lives in Connecticut. She used to live in New York. She feels very like she misses the New York, and there's not enough New York in Connecticut. Like the weird, the fun, the creative, the edgy, the interesting. She feels like it's like a different universe. So she pitched an ecstatic dance class to this like beautiful yoga studio. And like no one knew what it was, and she's taken a bunch of them, but she's a creative person, but she's not a dance teacher or anything. But she's kind of like, whatever, I can do this. This is like nowhere Connecticut. People don't know anything about what this is. And so she was saying how she felt really nervous, but she was excited and and like, you know, a handful of people came, and she felt a little bit like it went, you know, at the end, everyone was having fun, but it felt a little weird. And like, she had this older friend that came that I think was like a little bit like, what the hell is this? And we were having this conversation, and I was like, I swear, the older we get, like, it doesn't matter the older, but this is what I'm understanding. It's like that's required of us is to be more unapologetically ourselves. Like, I think we just get rewarded for like stepping through the next scary door and the next scary door and the next scary door that's interesting to us. And like, and like, it doesn't matter. Like, she could get a new client unrelated in this other business because of the energy that went into you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it doesn't actually matter. It's almost like you showing up being like, I want to offer something. I'm putting something in the world. This is how I want to lead and give. And you're so good at these things that it's like, how can you, and they say a lot in this book that I'm listening to, it's like, be all that you are. That's one of the things they always talk about when you come back. It's like, just be all that you are. Allow yourself to be all that you are. And I've heard it a while because I've been listening to a few different of these things. But today it was the first time I really heard it in a different way, and I really thought about it. And then it's like, wow, how many of us actually allow ourselves to be all that we are? Like, to be the fullest expression of yourself, to be the happiest, to be like, do you feel like you're even what percentage of all that you are? Right?
Yeah, no. Right now, I feel like 15%.
And it's interesting because like through all of the different, like the voice journey thing I'm doing, like I'm forcing myself through this podcast to be more like, I think I had to stop the podcast before because all of what I was so much of not what we were doing anymore.
Exactly. And you really, and I had the evolution.
Yeah, of course. And I had to stop coaching in the way I was coaching because I was like, this is not all who I, same reason you couldn't stay in that job. Because like you are so much bigger and so much more energy and bolder and more gifts. That was not even a quarter of who you are. So my other request and offer to everyone that is listening, and especially to you during this month, is like, okay, how do we go into the flow and how do we just allow all that we are as much as possible? Because in that, we attract exactly what's right for us. And then we give everyone else permission. And as women, especially, we've been taught to be quiet and to be small and not to be too happy and not to be too successful or too rich or too beautiful or too tall.
Jesus, what a freak.
Right? So like, what if you can be like all of this and all that you are? Because everything you want is waiting for that version of you. And if you can't even give that to yourself, how's the universe going to give that to you? How's whoever you got, like whatever word works for you? But how are you going to receive that if you are not you're not receiving all that you are and you're not celebrating all that you are? So that's something I'm trying. I'm trying to flow more and I'm trying to be all that I am in my dinosaur t-shirt, admitting that, you know, I don't know, whatever. I feel like I say a million embarrassing things a week on this podcast.
No, you don't. Not a single one. I'm the one who talked about eating an Oreo Frosty before bed.
I mean, everyone can relate to that. I literally have to eat a Blizzard from Dairy Queen at least once a summer when I go home.
I haven't had a Blizzard in a hot minute, and I need to do that when I go home.
Every year. When
I love it.
I try.
Delicious. I just,
incredible.
It's not in my path.
Reese's peanut butter cups?
Oreo.
No. No. Well, you know what's so funny about my brain? Is that because I don't eat gluten very much, I'm like, well, don't have Oreos. I'll have Reese's peanut butter. Like, it matters.
Of course. It's better. It's healthier. I feel like it gets too. I feel like the Reese's peanut butter cups are too hard because it's cold.
Oh, it's too hard. Oh my god!
Wow.
I have one more tiny piece of news.
Okay, tell.
It's tiny. It's tiny.
Oh, well, if it's even large, I'd be excited.
I think we are expanding our family.
What? Stop. I just got so excited.
We used to house sit this really cute dog named Nata, and we have been alerted that where she comes from, they're having more puppies.
Stop it.
In 2 weeks.
Stop it right now.
So I think in the end of June, we might go pick out a puppy, which won't be ready to be picked. It won't be cooked enough really until August. Yeah. Well, it'll be a little late, but it works.
Sure.
So I think we're getting a puppy.
Oh my gosh, I've never been more excited in my entire life. Oh my gosh.
Talk about joy expanders.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What kind of dog?
It's a mix between a poodle and a cavalier. So
I love a cavalier.
Cute. And before you come for me, because you will, because my Portuguese tutor already did, because most of my Portuguese classes, like half of it, I speak really bad Portuguese. Sure. And I was like all excited because it was the day we found out. And so because we're witches, basically, and Luciana's now like fully open with her biofield tuning, which is so exciting. We'll talk about that more in the future. Yes. But she got connected to this biofield tuner in California who is a conscious dog.
Oh my god, your dog is gonna be
biofield, like who literally
so
will lay under the table, or sometimes will lay on the people and help heal them. And then half of her clients are other dogs. So she like biofield only in California. So people are bringing their dogs to get biofield tuned, which if you don't know what that is, it's a beautiful type of energy healing with tuning forks. Anyway, so she was like, I want to call no conscious dog. So we've been like trying to like connect to our puppy soul. And
okay, I can't handle this.
And so only the last couple of weeks I've been feeling very puppy, like, oh my God, we need a puppy. So much going to die. I was like, okay, the puppy soul is getting closer to us. So then she reaches out to the Nata's parents, essentially, being like, hey, just wondering if there's any chance. Right. And nothing. Doesn't hear anything back. Sure. These are not people we really know. And so 2 days ago, she was going for a walk and walking to Pilates, I think. And a exact replica of Nata she sees, and this dog clocks her and like runs over to her, and she pets this little cavapoo. And at the exact moment, she gets the text that they're having puppies in 2 weeks.
Okay. This is too much.
I mean, this is flow and alignment, right?
It is flow and alignment.
And we're just going to expand the joy ceiling of our house.
Oh my gosh.
Although we're doing it wrong. New furniture and a puppy do not combine, but here we are. We are where we are.
But we got to live life. It's only stuff.
Listen,
I've been excited about coming to visit at some point. But now I'm really excited about it.
I know. Oh my God. But yeah, I know. Before you come for me, because my Portuguese tutor was like, you should adopt. Yes. I'm sorry.
But
I agree we should adopt animals 100% in theory. I have only had one dog in my life. And I have no idea how to rehabilitate a dog that has trauma.
That would be a lot for you. I mean, not all rescues have trauma, but sure.
That's true. Sure. But I feel like you have to like retrain. Oh, well, and then Luciana had a very traumatized rescue dog at one point. So she's traumatized from the traumatized dog. Sure. So now I feel traumatized by, and to be fair, having a dog in Brooklyn was intense because guess what? Everyone in Brooklyn is way cooler than me. So they all rescue their dogs. And like half the people would be like, oh, my dog's not friendly. Oh, no, my dog will bite your hand off. Oh, my
No, that's true. That is true.
Don't say the letter P around my dog. Please don't wear red. My dog eats men. So I'm also traumatized from that experience.
From just being a witness to all of that. No, that makes sense. That makes sense.
And then my dog was
this just
nice.
is kind of, this is just coming. This is kind of coming to you.
I know.
It's not like you're out shopping.
Well,
like you knew this
I'm
dog.
I'm a bad person for not adopting.
You're not a bad person. The puppies still need homes.
I know.
So hello.
Exactly. So anyway, so that's my other little news.
Judgment.
That's my other
That's huge news, and you have to keep us abreast.
Oh my God, I will. I will tell you about all the puppy titty news.
Yes, I love it. And take pictures when you go. But anyhow.
Oh my God, of course. Okay, and we're focusing on flow. We're pausing
on flow
when we feel force and we're spinning our wheels, and then we're getting back into joy, connection, love. And we're also giving ourselves permission to be all that you are. What's one thing you can do today to be all that you are, Claire?
Oh my gosh. I feel like it's a trick question, but I know it's not. All that I know.
Like what would be an expanded, like what would bring you joy? What would be like a real Claire thing to do today?
Well, I've been out of communication with people. And so I do feel like I want to connect with a few people. So whether it's a phone call or video, or like voice notes or whatever. Yeah. And then I need to go practice my serve in tennis.
Great. So
I may just walk down to the courts and serve for a while.
I love that. Yeah. We're going to dinner after this with one of Lou's like longtime childhood friends and her husband who are very like private equity, 3D,
sure,
that sort of stuff. I always just kind of tone it down and listen. I don't really talk about myself and what I do, which is like, what do I even do besides like, I don't know, become a magnet for like souls descarnates that I had to look that word up. Like, what do you mean? What do you do? I study the gene keys. I channel people's dead parents. I talk to.
How do you succinctly say?
I have a comedy and spirituality podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I will try to be more of who this is because I feel like this is a place where I try to be I try to be more all of what I am, who I are.
Yeah, all of those things. That's
a sign. That's a sign that this has been quite an adventure. Thank you all for listening. We love you.
What a wonderful chat.
I know. I look forward to next week.
Me too.
I love you all. Be all that you are.
Bye.